With a hat and a stash.
Who does he think he is? Beyonce?
With a hat and a stash.
Who does he think he is?
What is going on, guys? It's Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News Live. We're going to be talking about what we are going to be going over tonight. We're going to be talking about all of the articles, and we will be mentioning a whole lot of stuff. So stick around. It's going to be a very short video because Mr. T-Man is going to be speaking, our president, filling us in on the latest on this event. We'll just call it that. Before I get started, if you guys haven't met me, my name is Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. This is our main channel at 154,000 subscribers. Then, of course, we have our backup channel, Marfoogle TV, at 115,000 subscribers. That is where we normally have our live call-in, which the number down below is actually 4. And then, of course, we have our DLive community. So this is mainly to tell you tonight. Normally, this is to preview some of the articles that we're going to be going over. But this today is to tell you about our DLive only show. Not only that, we're going to go over some of the stories that we want you to call in tonight about. And it will be unfiltered, raw, uncensored. You can call in with anything. Again, we've had some crazy times over the last 2 years with our live show. It gets pretty nuts as far as the subjects we're going to talk about. We're not going to filter words and things like this. A lot of people don't understand how we do that. Before I get started, though, if you guys can, if you want to support, if you're on the computer 24/7 like everybody else, you should be using a VPN. If you use NordVPN with the code Marfoogle, it will actually help our channel and broadcast like this. That is, again, marfooglenews.com/VPN, and it will take you right there, or use the special code Marfoogle. With that being said, Dex is here with me. Dex, can we do a sound check and make sure that you're here?
Hello, Adam. I am here. Hello, Foogle Fam. And yes, I'm here still looking out the window, just like everybody else.
So we've got a lot of stories here that we're going to go over. Just want to hit the headlines so you guys know what to expect and what to call in. We are probably only 1/10 of the way through this pandemic. So one thing to think about is they are mentioning dates like 2021 and 2022. I think you guys are going to want to tune in tonight because we are not only going to bring in some extra info, we are going to bring in, and we're going to try to get a hold of the nurse from last night that actually said something extremely dismaying to a lot of people. She just recently got laid off, even though, and then I actually got information from Minnie, aka 70, that 500 nurses in New Hampshire just got laid off. Doesn't really match what we're talking about. So again, that's something that we will talk about tonight. Then we have a study, a Stanford study, suggests that CV is more widespread than realized. Well, no, beep. I had to beep myself. I don't have a beep. I should have a beep. I don't have a beep. Either way, yeah, we kind of knew that. And again, for those who are saying, oh, it's not this and not that, I get you. I'm going to talk about that tonight. I believe that I have some stuff that will make you realize that this was possibly something and manually. So I'll talk about that later. U.S. running out of frozen pizzas. I was going to almost label this, running out of pizza. I never like putting pizza anywhere near my titles because of the stigma around the pizzas. Again, you could almost look at it in that headline and say, oh, that's like some sort of signal or something. I'm not going to get into that. That's not my channel. I have good friends that I point people to go to for that kind of stuff. But as far as like the real deal, U.S. running out of frozen pizzas amid an ongoing pandemic, that's pretty wild. And we're going to talk about that, and we're actually going to have you guys call in. If you personally know somebody in any of these factories or any of these companies that are affected, if you are affected by this, if this is stopped your job, or you are still working and you are considered essential and you think there's something odd, please give us a call at 224-400-MARF tonight on the Unfiltered and Raw DLive show. Then, of course, we have now new statements saying that what we were saying, 3 months ago, of course, that this was homemade, kind of like an Etsy thing. So we'll go over that in detail tonight. And then, of course, U.S. launches full-scale investigation into the lab. Where is this going? Where could this go? It could go some very, very bad places. Also, do we have the article of them removing the B-52s? Or is that not?
Oh, no, we have that.
Okay. And then we have MSNBC host suggests Biden form a, quote, shadow government to counter T-Man's CV response. This is all very nuts, folks. So I wanted to bring you this. These are at least going to get you kind of started, so then you can look into it. Again, we are going to have all of these linked with a bibliography of all of our sources tonight for our show, and we are going to have everything in detail, no filtered words, no nothing. So you're going to get Marfoogle News and all of the opinions of mine from the week that we hold back for this show. So that includes information, emails that we get. We have over 400 active and retired military folks in our group. Make sure to be there. Again, I want to stress this because people don't understand it. People that are new to DLive, they think that the chat button is there's a button right next to where a normal send button is, and it says buy lemons. You do not have to buy anything on DLive. It is completely free. It's just like YouTube. You just sign up for an account, and that's the same thing you did for YouTube. That's how you have a channel and you're able to chat here. Same thing. Go over there, do that. You will be able to do that. And then, of course, we have Andrew Cuomo, who has been trending all over Twitter for the last 3 weeks. Weird reasons, too. We're going to hit that. We have to touch on that. Not touch that, but touch on that. Pretty wild stuff. Andrew Cuomo issues seething response to DT's demand. He shows appreciation. Okay, so there's a whole can of worms there that we're going to open and pour out all over the sidewalk tonight. Workers' rights groups say over half of Amazon's U.S. warehouses have a CV infection. For one, it's pretty crazy that you cannot get most of the stuff on Amazon. You can't get masks, which I don't understand how they're telling people to wear them when they're not available anywhere you go. You can't order them. These, if they do have, I understand putting them to the medical providers, but why isn't there more masks by now? Why have we not been able to produce these things? You're talking about we have the most advanced machinery in some of our factories that can literally, you could paint a picture and it will make it into a physical object. We have 3D printers. We have all sorts of things. And now they have cloth, 3D printer type things. So I don't see a reason why we cannot make these and have everyone get it. I mean, if you're talking about giving people $1,200, that's, really not going to do much good. I don't understand it, but we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you some videos that I thought was great. Ticked off Vic talked about the fact that they are not offering. In fact, Dex, I got to show you that video, especially since you investigated to see if it was true what some people were saying, and essentially you called to see what were they doing for the deferrals. And in your state, they're just basically saying, oh, you don't have to pay it for 3 months, but at the end of the 3 months, you'll have to pay the full amount in a lump sum, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I don't know why the government's letting people do that. Everything should be pushed back, the credit cards, everything, if they are the ones who are stopping us from working and doing these things. That's just my opinion. You guys, of course, can call in with yours. Fears CV could reach ISS. I mean, this is just stupid. Okay, fears the CV could reach the ISS after Russian official at rocket launch tests positive for the deadly virus. Are you kidding me? We were just talking about this, Dex, in the other show, and somebody, chatted and said, imagine what it would be like being on the ISS looking down at Earth. I think it was last night. And now they're talking about it might get to the ISS. Are you kidding me? Why are you doing launches right now then? That's just stupid.
That makes no sense. I mean, if it's that contagious, and they didn't quarantine enough people around it before they did a launch. What's going on?
I mean, it's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and I'm just super confused by all of it. Then we have mystery as big flaming objects spotted spiraling through the sky above Cambridgeshire for 20 minutes. So we'll go over there. We're going to show you. We can do all of this over there. That's what's great. We can do music. We can do all sorts of things that are not able to do here. Again, this is our home base, but again, over there it is you guys, I have to say, a lot of people are just really harsh for change and they won't do it. Trust me, you're going to want to be there, especially with the information that we are giving out tonight. And then we have U.S. Space Force is aiming or arming to jam Russian and Chinese satellites. What did we just show you? We just showed you Russian saying that they have killer satellites, all of this. Now we are saying this. It sounds like there's a tit for tat going on, and no one is actually focused on it. Pretty nuts, right? It's unbelievable that people aren't seeing that this is a WAR. And then we have the continuous strategic bomber presence mission on Guam abruptly ended after 16 years. I just have to say, if people aren't seeing it by now, I don't know who is. So we're going to talk about all of that tonight on DLive. He supported everybody. Beloved New York City bodega owner settling into retirement, dismembered and by son. Cops charged. We're going to talk about that and why it matters, why it's even put in here. So again, if you guys want to help support us and save yourself, again, with everything going on, EMP Shield has now protected DHS. They have now protected the DOD, and they are officially a part of the DEMSO team protecting the Texas grid. This is a device that grounds the signal before it fries it. If you do not get it through us, then go through the website, go around us if you have to, go through a different creator. This is something I've recommended to the Foogle Fam for the last year. If you look back through my old thumbnails and through my old titles, we saw this coming. And DHS has been a big proponent in that, warning us on these things. They've warned with the resilience report 6 months to a year, we should all have that food for the possibility of a EMP event or a coronal mass ejection. So again, there is a way to protect yourself. They even technically can be put into apartments, cars. You're talking about everything there. So please make sure to check that out and get to it. All right, thank you guys for all of your support, Dex. Thank you for being here. We'll see you guys back in a few hours. We would give you a time, but things can change. We can add stories. We're going to have breaking news put in there, and then also we're going to have T-Man's speech, which is coming up here he's probably going to be stepping on stage any second now. Thank you, Dex. Love you, brother.
Sure thing, Adam. And just remind everybody, if you're not familiar with the other platform, just go to our website. It's real easy. There's a link there, and there's even a video. If you don't know how to use it, you can watch the how-to. And it's organized by thumbnail. Our thumbnail for the next show will be a little bit different, but you can actually go to this one. You can find it. Literally, it's one of the easiest websites ever. It's organized by thumbnail. So you can't really get too much easier than that. It's going to be in this section right here. You'll just be able to click it and go to it. And then this, for example, this is last night's show. We provide a bibliography. So we don't just tell you something and then say, hey, believe us. We actually give you all of the information there so you can go through it yourself. You can tweet it. You can share these stories with your family and friends. So again, we do all of this work before every single show. We even put all of the caller info, that nurse's info, the video from last night of them going through sterilization to go into Walmart. All of these things are always there. Look at this was last night. We just told you they did an elephant walk, which is essentially showing off their stuff. And now they're abruptly leaving. Something's up. And you guys know it. You guys are all smart. Thank you guys for all of your support. And then we will be putting super chats in the next ticker because we are actually not set up to see it on this one. So thank you guys if you did support on this show. I appreciate it. And I will be letting you guys know on DLive, and it will be on the next Marfoogle TV news show. So thank you guys. Love you. Be safe. Be prepared. And
Marf out.
Who does he think he is? Beyonce?
With a hat and a stash.
Who does he think he is? Beyonce?
With a hat and a stash.
Who does he think he is? Beyonce?
With a hat and a stash.
Who does he think he is? Beyonce?
With a hat and a stash.
Who does he think he is? Beyonce?
With a hat and a stash.
Who does he think he is?